Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are all on this journey to twin flames, back to our twin flames, back to soul, or however you works for you. And so it was the Aries full moon yesterday, and so this morning I asked to pick a RUMI card for what they want, what RUMI wants to share with us today to help us to come into our reunions with our twins. And so it is, and so Aries, the full moon is all about taking action, right? And where you want to go, what you want to achieve, and where you want to see, like look at your life as what you want it to be in the next 6 months, and look for, if you also look back 6 months and think, wow, you know, this and this and this, all of these things have happened, right? And I wouldn't be where I am today if that hadn't have happened. So there is definitely this thing about the divine timing has been a super strong message. And it is about believing in the process for your journey, for your twin flame reunion, because you're already in union, you're already together in spirit, you're already connected. It's about when we can work through these physical energies to come together, and that's all part of a bigger plan. That's all part of the divine jigsaw. And so it is about releasing control and trusting in the faith, having belief in the journey. And so to help us today, I was like, what message do you want to give? And it is the Divine Mother manifests, and it's number 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 6 is the love path. So it is, and I'm going to read this, the Oracle card, and it is quite long, but at the end of it, it does have like a honouring ritual as well that you can do. So if you listen to this, and you can listen to it when you're lying down, and basically it will have that healing intent for you as well. So the message is, you living in the world of 6 directions, accept the gloom and accept the bliss. For those seeds buried in the ground will one day grow into fruitful orchards. So the poem, for a start, if you are a member of the crystal grid that I do, it's all based around the forest lovers who are entwined together for eternity around the oak tree. And of course, now the further we go on the journey, I can totally see why I was guided to do that, because from small acorns do great big oak trees grow. And when we plant a seed for the oak tree or plant the acorn, we just know that it's going to grow into a big oak tree. There's just no question, right? And so that's why that's the space what you have to be for your reunion. And no matter what your crazy mind is telling you, it really is about sinking into that space of faith and trust, and knowing that the roots, the foundations are being grown, the roots are extending out to all twin flames all over the world, creating this huge network of love for the tree to grow, and for your tree to grow and blossom at the right time for you and your twin as well. So I am going to share this message. So we share her, this Divine Mother. You and I, we are her precious children. We are born through her love, and she shares in our losses and our gains, our tragedies and our triumphs. Her hair forms the galaxies, her thoughts become the stars. The sun is our own warmth, and her breath is felt upon this earth, causing the roar of the ocean waves. Her voice is heard in the call of the whales and the trill of the birds. She is all, nurturing life into existence. She is in my reaching for you, and she is in your acceptance of my divine hand. She is all, this great lady. Nothing lies outside of her sphere of influence and power, compassion and grace. That includes you and your dreams, great and small, my angel of love. This oracle comes to you via the sacred grace and mercy of the Divine Mother, who is the great manifesting expression of divinity. All that is created, all that is made manifest, without exception, flows from her being. This is why it is safe to trust in life, even, most especially, the inexplicable mystery, and even the darkness that may give rise to fear and judgment within us. It is all part of her unfathomable workings. So we pray for light, we pray for love. We honour and live our lives with its mysteries with as much integrity as we can muster. But beyond that, it is best to participate in this life with much less certainty than the mind would have us believe necessary for inner peace. Inner peace doesn't come with understanding, it comes with trusting. Can we understand a star or a galaxy? Perhaps not, yet we can choose to trust in its beauty and beingness, and from it derive great energy, hope, and inspiration. The ways of the Divine Mother are not to be judged by our limited standards, rather than can be witnessed, experienced, and received. What a relief it is not to have to understand. What a relief to simply live with trust and know that everything will work out and work its way out. Through those wise ways of the Divine Mother, there is a gift headed to you now. Will you receive it? That gift is one of manifestation, something you have been working towards, growing into, loving and dreaming for, perhaps for a very long time. It's finally coming to fruition. Perhaps you have caught a sniff of the aromas from the divine kitchen and know the meal is nearly ready and it smells delicious. Or perhaps you have already been a curious and naughty angel. You've poked your head through a door to the divine dining room, only to be captivated by the candlelight dancing in reflection upon gleaming... Look, I've got a candle lit as well. Oh, I love it. Oh, this makes you feel better, doesn't it? That there's all of this energy supporting you. So you've poked your head through a door to the divine dining room, only to be captivated by the candlelight dancing in reflection upon gleaming silverware, and the subtle sounds of crystal goblets and finest china being laid down upon an exquisite dining table. Or maybe, dearest one, you have absolutely no clue what is about to happen. With your thoughts and attention so often turned to the past or future, you have yet to realise what is coming to life for you in this moment. Perhaps you will not gain any advance notice. You will instead run smack into the middle of the dinner party hosted in your honour, and perhaps even feel unprepared, wondering if this morning's yoga attire is suitable for such a grand occasion. You are being asked to receive this gift completely and utterly, whether you feel sufficiently worthy or not, or appropriately and readily attired. It is time, and the bestowal of this gift is as it should be. Whether it seems to be in the best form, or how it should be according to your opinion or the opinions of others, it is as the Divine Mother has accorded it to be. She has her wild ways, of course, and oftentimes her workings in this world are, to put it mildly, downright unfathomable. Yet somehow, all things, all creations, all of life, her every working serve love. You are one of her creations, and so is the imminent manifestation of your own heart truths. Live it, love it, receive it completely. It is yours and meant to be so. This oracle comes with additional guidance for you. No matter whether or not things appear to be working out, they are. And you are held in the loving protection of the Divine Mother to keep you from straying from your highest path and divine destiny. There is work here for you to do upon this planet in your own unique way. It is the work of the Divine Mother, the work of love. So then, allow her to care for you, even if you wonder what the heavenly minx is up to at times. Oh my God, I just love that message. It's so in keeping about all of the panic that's been happening about, what's happening, and I don't know whether I can stay on this path anymore, and it's too difficult, and I don't see any sign from my, in the physical of this actually being real, apart from all the signs and synchronicities. But even they can get to a point that you just think, oh, what? Because it's just so intense, right? But look in her hands and look at the sun. The other thing, as soon as I saw this card this morning, if you go to the energy read from yesterday, what really struck me was the Divine Mother, and in the masculine space was or divine counterpart space was the Healer of the Ages card, which is basically sorry, somebody's just sent me a message. Which is basically it's Jesus Christ basically holding out the twin flames. So I also really love this because it's so special, because it's Divine Mother, Divine Father giving, basically putting their arms around you and saying, don't worry, it's going to be okay. Just don't worry. It's all right. And what a lovely message to get. It's just so embracing and just remembering that we're here to do this, right? They're here to support us and it's going to be okay. You just have to trust. So the honouring ritual is this. So place your left hand with palm facing upwards in front of you, reaching out as if to receive, and say aloud, Divine Mother, through your gracious compassion and bounty, I humbly bow. Bow your head to your hand for a moment, or if you wish, kneel and kiss the floor. In this action, allow yourself to truly surrender into the workings of love. Just intend to surrender and it shall be. Then arise and place your hand out again with palm facing up and arm extended slightly as if to receive, and say aloud, I willingly accept the bestowal of grace now manifesting into form as a heartfelt wish, delivered to me through the Divine Mother's genius and generosity. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, that's so lovely. So that's just holding out your hand and just accepting that the wish that you've been wishing for has been granted by the Divine Mother. And just how lovely is that to get, especially after there's been so many, I tell you, I've had so many emails from people saying, I'm at the end of my tether, I can't take this anymore, I am coming off the path. And when you start, so yesterday I had to go into town, I was on the tube, and the tube is the train line in London. And I suddenly realised, because the love train, and now that, there's always messages on the billboards getting onto the train, it was like, remember to stay connected, tap into the wonderful world, stay connected. And then when I was getting on the train, suddenly it said mind the gap, which if you've been to London, they always say that, mind the gap, mind the gap, mind the gap. And I hadn't really, it's like almost like the first time you hear it again. And I heard it and I was like, wow, such a strong message to say mind the gap, because you can easily, if you're bridging that gap between fear and love, every day we're bridging the gap more and more between fear and love. And as we get closer, the fears become more intense, right? And because the energy is getting more and more intense as we more and more bridge the gap. And so I loved that, because as I was thinking to myself, I'm stepping on the love train and I'm staying connected and, basically following all the guidance that was all around me. And then it said mind the gap. And I was like, it's so true. We have to always mind the gap because you can fall off into the gap. You can fall in that gap. And it is about trusting that there is so much support for you not to fall into the gap, right? This is why the Divine Mother is here today, right? The Divine Mother is here to show love, to show you love. She is cradling you in her heart here because she wants you to spread love, right? That's the whole purpose of why we're here. So just lovely. So that is the sacred honouring ritual from RUMI for the day after the Aries moon. So I love that. I love that message. So I'm going to do another video and it's going to be with letter 15 from the Divine Love Letter books because it is the 15th card. So I will be back. All right. I hope that helps. And to everyone, just hang on in there. It's okay. It's okay. You're exactly where you need to be. And the little golden bear that I use in my healings is here as well. He is here to help and support us on the journey. The bear is the big protector. Don't worry, it's all covered. It's no problem. All right, take care. Bye.